From the start of May until now, I've spent a lot of hours training on my roller skis. If you want the exact numbers, I've spent 123 hours on Classic and 95 hours on skate. And now, as we enter the month of November and I'm in Livigno, Italy, I think it's about time to do the real thing. Good morning, welcome to a new video. We got the cup of sugar. That is my cheap drink mix, so I just pour the sugar straight into the water belt like so until I feel satisfied. Oh my god, I feel satisfied now. If you see my bib, it's because I'm about to go ski on the loop here in Livigno for ski of the year. I guess I skied in Torsby in the ski tunnel. But this is the first outdoor ski of the year, so that'll be really fun. Skate today because I don't know what the snow is like, so I don't know what to kick wax with, so that's a problem for another day. But yeah, anyways, first ski of the year. Gonna be fun. I skied for an hour 40. I think in these very first skis of the year, it is important to keep the duration not too long. Skiing on snow uses different muscles and it's a lot harder, so it's important to not go crazy right away. So I'm now doing a little jog directly after the skis for a sort of combination workout. Really fun to ski again. The snow was surprisingly clean, but it was super icy. But yeah, really fun first ski and super excited for more. Little afternoon run. It is snowing, not as hard as it was at the start of this run. Oh my gosh, that was loud. Skate this morning, was considering classicing this afternoon, but I have no faith in my ability to wax for this weather. It is like plus 5 degrees Celsius and snowing. So maybe I would need zero skis, which I don't have here. Or if I used Clister, it might just be super bad. So I figured why not just run? But my watch is doing the little automatic night light thing, which is kind of fun. But yeah, winter is really here now. Look at the trees. Do you ever think about how impressive it is that these donkeys and other animals like cows and horses and whatever can just hang out in below freezing weather, rain, snow, whatever it is thrown at them, and they are just absolutely chilling, not a concern in the world except for eating some grass? And how if we traded places with this beautiful animal right here and were stripped of our clothes and resources, we would die within probably 2 hours. So, you know, I think I gotta just give a big shout out to donkeys and other such animals because it's really impressive that they are able to survive. New video, same couch. But this time we are not reading. We are watching Love is Blind, newest season. And it's also snowing. Cozy night in the Ketterson Airbnb. This is Clister wax and it's really sticky, disgusting, gross stuff that you have to use when the snow is really wet or really icy. That is what we're using now. So it's an absolutely disgusting application process that my lovely wife is doing for me. But she was a coach last year and waxed all of Team Berkey's skis. So she is officially more qualified to do this than me. An important tip / hack for your Clister skis after you've applied the Clister is to leave them outside in a cold place so that the Clister can harden overnight, and then it will stay on the skis a lot better when you ski on the really abrasive icy snow when you use them. Best way to start the morning, watching NBA and eating slop. Good morning. It is finally a sunny day, and we woke up to actually some quite legit snow on the ground. So here's some all new and improved drone footage of the loop now that it's actually a little bit wintry here. The snow is so icy that my kick wore off in the first 5 minutes of this ski. So I've just been double poling and herringboning, but no complaints on a beautiful winter day like this. Interval day, getting the suit on. Had a little bit of an annoying morning because I broke another pole. So it's now been 2 skis on snow skating and 2 broken poles. And that is why you never ski with your roller ski poles, because they always have little cracks in them. But anyways, we figured it out, down to my last 2 poles. And we're gonna do some L3 skate on a beautiful sunny morning. All warmed up, ready to go. Absolute banger of a session this morning. I ended up doing 6 times 8 minutes L3. 8 minutes ended up being basically just 2 full loops of the snow track. The conditions were really nice. The downhills got pretty icy and sugary in the corners, so that was really good practice because it seems like pretty much every single World Cup race these days has those conditions. The majority of the intervals that I do up here at this camp are going to be just like that, just super controlled L3. I had that sort of L4 period in Norway before I came here, and then I'm gonna have some races and harder workouts when I come back down after this camp. So this is a just nice little volume and L3 block, and that's how I usually like to do it at altitude as well. So good morning, and excited for a ski again this afternoon. There was that trend a few years back where people were saying that they wanted to eat Tide Pods, but I feel like this red clister, it just looks like candy, doesn't it? But if you eat this, I bet it would be like Chernobyl for your insides. But anyways, as you can perhaps tell by the red clister, it is really wet and warm outside, so we are applying yet another layer of this sticky, disgusting crap onto my skis, and we're just gonna hope that this works. This is a Rosignol C3 ski with a really warm grind, and as you can see, it's the transparent slash red based ski. So these are really good when it's really wet and clister skiing. So I have different skis for cold and warm and wet and dry, and These are the skis that I'm probably going to be using for most of this camp. What's up, bro?
Hey.
We got Jose here from Portugal, and we are out on some disgusting slushy snow.
Trying to enjoy some of slushy snow, really warm conditions, but
some mashed potatoes. All right, let's check out this downhill. We are gonna go for a afternoon jog, and I just wanted to report that my legs, arms, all of the above are really dead, dull, tired, wrecked, because this loop is just insanely hilly. I did about 1,000 meters of elevation gain in 2.5 hours, and that was going like really, really slow. So I felt like I was ski mowing out there. In good news, they are actually rolling out a flat loop right now, as you can perhaps see. So hopefully tomorrow when I do my easy ski, it can actually be a little more flat and less just up and down. Because even though every race course is up and down, I like to have a little bit easier terrain on some of my easy skis, especially if I'm doing 2.5, 3 hours. So here are the cows, and there is a milk, what do we call that? A dairy factory. Has a restaurant as well. It's kind of cool. We bought some local meat and some local dairy and stuff from the grocery store here. So kind of fun to buy the product of these local guys. In one of my previous videos, I was talking about how videos and pictures never do a place justice. And I feel like this is one of those situations where as I flip the camera, like it looks pretty, but it doesn't look that pretty. But in person, this blue water is very breathtaking.
And these woods.
And these woods. All right, back up 30 minutes out, as you can see through my sleeve. And now 30 minutes back. We are on a little easy day run hike. And I wanted to take a second to explain the structure that I've been using when I'm training here. So as I've done basically all summer, I am doing 4-day blocks where I will have an interval workout, 2 volume days, and a easy day. And then I just kind of repeat that. So in that way, I'm always pretty fresh for intervals because I've just had an easy day. And I also can use that easy day to sort of recover from the volume days. So yeah, we are out on a really nice walk by this babbling brook. And there's something very nice about a babbling brook. I think it is in our human evolution DNA to be relaxed by some running water, because that means life, you know? Back in the day when we were hunter-gatherers, water was life. Anyways, another beautiful day here in Italy, and the recovery is underway. This is this really interesting pine tree that is not an evergreen because it turns yellow. And if you see the sort of landscape here, there's a lot of these trees, and I wanted to show you guys the up close needles of this tree because I think it's a really interesting plant. Nice.
They're pretty.
Look at that thing. I've never seen a tree like that anywhere except here, so that's kind of cool. Now that I'm no longer on the US ski team, this is the way that I have to get my US ski team stuff, maybe.
Heroes.
Bro. Happy Sunday. I am out on a little classic ski in the rain. As you can see by my clear lenses, I originally planned to do intervals today, but was a lot more tired yesterday than I thought I would be, and was still a bit tired this morning, so I just shifted things a little bit. Gonna hopefully do intervals tomorrow. That is something I want to remind everybody watching, that you should have no shame in doing that. If you're tired and you have intervals planned, just skip them, move them, doesn't matter. The snow is pretty slushy, but the nice thing is that they added this flat loop now, which you can see. It's flat loop, which will make a very big difference in keeping some of these skis easier. But yeah, just out for a little ski hike in the rain. A couple things I want to mention as I wrap up this week's video. First of all, thank you guys so much for helping me reach 1,000 subscribers. To be completely honest, when I first started this YouTube channel and I was getting a couple hundred views per video and had like 50 subscribers, I did not actually think that it would ever grow to this point. So thank you so much for everybody who watched and subscribed and helped me get here. I am really honored to have people who want to check in and see what I'm up to. So thank you. Also, I wanted to share with you some funny pictures from my grandma. I call her my Oma because she's German and she lives in a retirement home where they did a Halloween costume contest, and she wore my World Cup bib with my face on it from the Minneapolis World Cup, and she won first prize in the retirement home costume contest. So that was a really funny update to receive from her. Shout out to Oma. But besides that, I think I'm gonna wrap up this video and hope you enjoyed watching me get back on snow and do some real skiing out here in Livigno at some high altitude. Make sure you subscribe if you want to see how the training goes for the rest of this camp. I'll do some classic intervals next week and for sure some other stuff. So make sure you subscribe, like the video, tell your friends about it, and see you next time. Thank you guys.